time in months, he is positive about the war.
Die Vorsehung hat mir erneut ein Zeichen gesetzt. Ich bin unsterblich.
As Hitler briefs his officers on his meeting with Mussolini, the SS are trying to find the perpetrators. The unexplained disappearance of Stauffenberg has made him a prime suspect. But is he working alone? SS Chief Heinrich Himmler receives a telegram from the army headquarters in Berlin. Its contents will shatter Hitler's good humor. Hitler realizes that the bomb was not the work of a lone assassin, but involves a substantial segment of the German army.
Und senden an alle Wehrkreisbezirke Funksprüche aus. Der erste Satz lautet, der Führer Adolf Hitler ist tot. Und in dieser Situation übernimmt die Wehrmacht die vollziehende Gewalt.
The telegram is signed by Stauffenberg. In effect, he has signed his own death warrant.
Es deutet alles darauf hin, dass die Wehrmacht dahinter steckt.
The popular image of Hitler is one of uncontrollable rage. In fact, the reality was far more chilling.
Verräter. Ausrotten. Sippenhaft. Frauen und Kinder in die Konzentrationslager. Zeigt ihnen kein Mitleid.
Sein Verhalten kalt, jeder konnte spüren, dass eine ungeheure, zerstörende Energie hinter jedem seiner Worte steckte.
Das gesamte Generalstab ist verfasst. Meine Rückschläge in Russland, sie haben mich alle untergraben. Das Konzept.
Hitler is both fortified by his survival and enraged by the betrayal. Stauffenberg and the world will pay the price. In Berlin, rumors of Hitler's survival continue to circulate. But Stauffenberg still believes they can succeed, if they act decisively. He orders the arrest of propaganda and news minister Joseph Goebbels. The commander of the Berlin City Battalion, Major Rehmer, is sent to detain him.
Rehmer went to arrest Goebbels in his villa outside the government compound. Stupidly, the telephone lines of Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda, had not been cut, and so Goebbels was able to bring about a communication between Rehmer and Hitler.
In one of the most surreal events of the day, Goebbels calls Hitler on the phone and passes it to Rehmer.
Ich bin am Leben. Ich spreche zu Ihnen als Ihr oberster Befehlshaber. Ich befehle Ihnen in meinem Namen, die Ruhe und Ordnung in Berlin wiederherzustellen. Mit aller Gewalt. Erschießen Sie jeden, der sich Ihnen widersetzt.
Als Rehmer Hitlers Stimme erkennt, der Staatsstreich beginnt zusammenzubrechen.
This is the decisive moment when the hopes of the conspirators are dealt a fatal blow.
It must have dawned upon Stauffenberg that not only his own life, but also that of his wife and children were in mortal danger.
My mother knew full well, she knew most of his involvement. She fully supported him, never questioned his motives, nor the fact that he was risking his life and, well, risking the fate of his family as well. And you can imagine that I admire her for that.
Thank you, Marion.
In London, Churchill reads a transcript of a recent German radio broadcast.
6:28 p.m. This is a message from the Führer headquarters. A cowardly attempt on the life of the Führer has been thwarted.
It seems strange that Churchill couldn't help the German generals. Of course, in fact, he couldn't countenance it. If Stalin had caught any wind of Anglo-German contacts, it could have destroyed the Grand Alliance.
Do we have intelligence on these people? Thank you, Marion.
As much as Churchill wanted Hitler dead, he wasn't about to undermine the stated Allied war aim of crushing Germany completely. On July the 22nd, 1944, the BBC broadcast the names of 22 German conspirators who were unknown to the Gestapo. It has never been established who supplied the BBC with those names.
The reality of war meant that the men who had fought Hitler and the Nazis from within were not welcome abroad, to say the least. In many ways, the coup had been totally futile. The Allied plans were based on unconditional surrender, and that meant total occupation of Germany.
To Churchill, Britain's commitment to the alliance was more important than anything else. Now that the coup has failed, Stalin's forces are unstoppable. And unlike Churchill, Stalin has no qualms about upsetting the delicate balance of the alliance.
Stalin signs the memoranda that will decree the fate of Poland. When the time comes, his generals will advance and install a communist regime, hand-chosen by Stalin himself.
The signing of the Polish memo marks the first step towards the creation of the Eastern Bloc.